Hey guys, what's going on? Elijah Hernandez here with another video. So, today I'm going to do more of a story time, another one, since, I don't know, it just seems like something I should start doing more often on this channel. So anyway, what happened was, today I'm going to tell the story about the worst Christmases I had, and then coincidentally during the time, it all started in 2018. That was like first time I had a really bad Christmas. So here's what happened. So 2018, um, essentially what happened was I was like, it started out as didn't have a phone for a while because I'd broken my phone. So we were waiting to get the money together to get a new phone and get my service upgraded. So yeah, what happened was I was without a phone for a while, and let's see, that day I forgot to. I just didn't have the guts to tell a girl I liked her. And no, I'm not going to get into the girls I've liked, but if you are watching this, I mean, actually she knows already, and we were friends for a while, so yeah, kind of worked out. Anyway, yeah, so it started out that way. Then, like, the day before Christmas, like, I had an acid reflux, or whatever you call it. And then my throat was just sore the next morning. I woke up, I was sick. I could barely swallow comfortably. Like, that's the kind of sickness I'll get. Sore throat, allergies, you name it. It snowed. It was freezing cold out that day. So, yeah, cold and the sickness. Yeah, it was just bad. So, that was Christmas Day. Then, after that, basically, what happened was we were staying with my mom's boyfriend at the time, with his kids, and my mom was watching a house, and this was my fault. I'm owning up to it. I stole money that I found lying around, and I was 13. Keep in mind, I was still stupid, still young, still made bad decisions. So, yeah, and I'm not using that as an excuse. I am deeply sorry that I stole. So, yeah, I was grounded. I couldn't use any electronics. I had borrowed my iPad from my grandma's house, and I was using that for a little while, and my mom took that away. I got my new phone. She let me have the phone, but she locked all the apps except for the phone app, and she would let me use the camera, but she'd have to unlock it, and yeah, it sucked, honestly. So yeah, we were back at our house. Her boyfriend we were staying with then eventually had to start going to work, so we went back home, stayed at our house for a couple of days. We got the phone set up. I honestly was so angry. I was grounded for weeks. Then I saw my therapist because I've got some issues. And basically, we talked, and it was a terrible Christmas. But we talked. Then that day, my granddad came to the house. I told my therapist, by the way, what I did, how rough things were. So, yeah. Then I told my granddad what happened with me stealing. My mom made me do it. And I was like, and this went well. I told him, and she's like, thank you for doing that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like so mad because I was like still grounded. She's like, you know what? You did that. I'm going to let you have your phone back. I'm going to give you the password. I'm going to give you the unlock code for your phone because she locked all the apps. Her boyfriend was like this tech guy. So we unlocked all the apps, and yeah, she gave me the password. I started using the phone, set it up, did all that, and then I also eventually started up the channel, which you're currently watching this on. This was the new year, 2019. I was grounded into 2019. So yeah, when my mom found out I stole it, she grounded me immediately. Like, and so yeah, what happened then is the year, then I'm going to go to 2019, Christmas of 2019. Now, this time I didn't make any bad decisions. Let's see, it started out with basically just a regular after school, just a regular Christmas start, go home, stay home for a couple of days. We were planning to go back to California and visit my hometown because, like I said, I lived in California. I'm from California, sort of. So, yeah, what happened was we were on our way back, and so the trip started out like the day before, like we were supposed to leave. I got sick. We went to Christmas dinner with my grandma. She actually made like Mexican food, like tacos and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is good. And it was pretty fun. I had some pie. Despite being sick, I was like Screw it. Nothing's getting me out of my holidays. So then the next day, we got on the road. My throat was better. I could swallow. I just had like a lingering cough and some small like congestion, but that was it. So we're driving through Arizona. We go through Flagstaff, and as we're going through, it starts raining, and it's actually raining right now here in Edgewood where I'm filming this. So yeah, it started raining, and then all of a sudden it starts snowing. And I had been to Flagstaff earlier in the year for I went to see the Grand Canyon with my granddad. So what happened is that was my birthday. I spent in Arizona, Williams, Arizona. So we were driving through and I was like, and when I was there earlier, I was like, I kind of want to see what this place looks like in the snow in the winter. It probably snows a lot. And then I got to see it. So that went pretty well. So the trip took us there through there. At one point though, the interstate was completely backed up. Like there was traffic all the way. The roads were icy. The pass was icy. We made it through, and that girl I mentioned, me and her were kind of talking for a while. So I texted her. Me and her were like friends. I stopped liking her, so we just became friends. That was it. So essentially, after that, we get into the Barstow, California. It's like a little desert town. Like we drove through after we got out of Arizona and Flagstaff and the mountains. We were in the Mojave Desert, and there's no snow in the desert. So, I mean, not that desert. Our desert in Albuquerque gets snow. But yeah. Anyway, we stayed the night in a Motel 6 in Barstow. I got immediately when I got in, I started watching some Christmas specials that I like. I like Fraggle Rock, the Christmas special from Fraggle Rock. I liked that. I also watched the Muppet Family Christmas. That was pretty good. And then I fell asleep watching the Muppet Family Christmas, like 1987. I like those movies. Don't judge me, guys. I don't judge anybody else, so don't judge me. So yeah, the next day we're set. We have our sights set on getting into the Bay Area of California. That's Berkeley, San Francisco, Oakland. For those of you who have never been to California, so after that, we get into California, or we get into the Bay Area. My mom stops to let the dogs out. I'm so excited. I start filming the bay. I start filming everything. It's cloudy. It's beautiful. The water. I'm filming the water. I go on a seawall. I'm filming it. And then all of a sudden, what happens is, as soon as I stop the camera, I hit it too hard, and my phone fell out of my hands and into a seawall. I'm not kidding right now, folks. So luckily though, I brought a phone, a backup phone, like a flip phone. So I was using that for a while, and yeah. So anyway, yeah, I dropped my phone in the seawall. I was upset. I was crying. I was unhappy. But and don't get me wrong, I wanted to post on Instagram. I wanted to take pictures of Arcata, my hometown, everything there. I wanted to do that. So I was sad. I was depressed. I was crying. Then after that, we had to leave eventually. We just had to go on. We couldn't find the phone. We couldn't dig through all the rocks. My friend actually, at Moonshine, shout out to you, man. We were in middle school at the time. I was 14, eighth grade, going on. So I was eighth grade. It was the end of 2019. So after I got back to school, he said, yeah, his phone was between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, so after that, though, the rest of the trip, we started driving into Arcata, and that's my hometown. And I live by the redwoods. So for those of you, they're giant trees. It's like kind of mountainous area. Not really snowy though. It didn't snow in that area that much. It'd snow once in a blue moon because we were on the coast, so it didn't snow that much. But anyway, after that, we got into Arcata. The fog, though, we were getting hit by fog because it's close to Oregon. That area is foggy. So we're driving through the forest. There's fog. Our dog is scared of the roads, and she almost runs us off the road. And I was using the flip phone, but it had a built-in FM radio, so I plugged in my headphones, listened to the FM radio, listened to the radio, kept driving, kept going. The dog was freaking out. Then we finally pull up at where we were gonna stay. I tell them how bad of a day it's been, and we were staying with my mom's friend and her daughter, and her daughter's like about 2 years, 3 years younger than me, so me and her kind of got along pretty good. So yeah, and then the rest of the trip, Arcata was nice. The first day we were there, it was sunny. It was like 70. It was really unusually warm. It was like 60 degrees, 70 degrees out. It wasn't too cold, sunny. It felt like I was on a vacation, so I didn't wear a jacket that day. I was out in a short sleeve shirt. I was dressed like it was like a Hawaiian type shirt. So yeah, it was like tropical. I was like, yeah, this is fun. The ocean was freezing cold up there. Further north you go in California, you don't the ocean water unless you're fat as I am, or just used to the cold. Because I'm a fat guy. I'm losing weight currently, but I was able to handle the water like the summer I went. Yeah, but anyway, what happened is the water's cold up there. I didn't get in. The river that I like to go swimming in, that was also too cold to swim in, so I was like, no way. Because it comes from inland. Inland California gets blizzards, gets all sorts of dangerous weather, like cold weather, and then in the summer it's extremely hot. But enough about that. The trip went well. Then about like 2 days later, it started. And before this, I was like getting around town because it's a small town. I was riding on a skateboard, so then it starts raining, so I can't use the skateboard, so I'm kind of walking everywhere, just exploring, enjoying it. It rained a whole bunch. Like everything was starting to get flooded. It was cold, but it was a nice winter. It was like not. It was still winter, so I had the flip phone. I just walked, took pictures, enjoyed the day, enjoyed nature, enjoyed the walk. You name it. Then we eventually left there. So I'm gonna fast forward. We left. We went to stay with my aunt down in Dana Point, California. That's in Southern California, for those of you wondering. So my aunt lives down there, and we stayed with her and her family, and then we went to Universal Studios. So it went pretty well, other than me losing my phone, and that was kind of rough not having a phone. So that's why it wasn't great. But so it wasn't too bad. It got better a little bit. So what happened is we were at Dana Point. We went to Universal. It was winter. It was pretty fun. I had fun. Took some pictures, explored. I went to the beach the day before. The beach was nice. It was not even cold there. It was great weather. It was awesome. It was fun. So yeah, then the day after that we had to say goodbye. We had to head back to New Mexico, so we hopped on the freeway, said goodbye to my aunt, said goodbye to my cousins, and then we headed home. As soon as we get home, I realized that before we left, I didn't clean the house, so I was like, "Oh God!" And I saw there were like a roach was there, so I was like, "Oh!" I started cleaning like a crackhead, and then up until I got a phone, and then this is the year the pandemic starts, so yeah, it started out rough. So yeah, 2020 started out really rough, but it got better at the end. Now the best Christmas I had since then, coincidentally, Christmas of 2020 went really smoothly. Nothing went wrong. Didn't lose any phones, didn't make any bad decisions, didn't get sick. I had no problems during 2020 because we were locked down. We weren't going anywhere. There wasn't any seawalls for me to drop my phones in. I actually got my friend who Moonshine. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell that. I got his number. Me and him started talking more. Me and him became friends. So yeah. So that Christmas break 2020 went well. The year started out okay, 2021. And yeah, so after that Christmas of 2021 though, things got bad again. So during Christmas of 2021, what happened was it started out rough. I had just met this other girl. I was talking with her. We were talking and went pretty well. Then we for a while sort of stopped talking, but we were like Instagram friends. She still likes my posts. I still like her posts. So yeah. Oh God, I am gonna need water after this. I didn't keep a cup next to me. So yeah. So what happened was it started out kind of rough. We were fostering this dog, and it had kennel cough, and it gave our dogs kennel cough. My one dog was hurting her paw was hurting because she licked it too much. So we had to get her a cone so she wouldn't lick her paw. And then they all got the kennel cough. Then what happens is Christmas Day, I had some breathing problems a couple days ago before that, and like so I had some terrible breathing problems. I could not, like, I was having trouble breathing. I was up at 4 in the morning. I could not sleep. The next day, I felt terrible. So yeah, that sucked. And then day after that, things got better. Then Christmas Day, my mom got poisoned because she's allergic to sunflower seeds, and my grandma had what do you call them? They were like it was stuffed mushrooms. That's what we had for dinner. It wasn't like a typical like turkey or like that kind of turkey dinner. It wasn't anything like that. No, it was just She made like stuffed. Sorry about that, guys. My camera ran out of storage. So yeah. Anyway, my mom had stuffed mushrooms. My grandma made them. She's a great cook. Both my grandmas and my step grandma, but yeah, she's family. Both of them made great. They're both good cooks. So my grandma made stuffed mushrooms. I enjoyed them. She used these gluten free crackers because my mom can't eat gluten either. But we didn't. Little did my grandma know there was what do you call it? Sunflower seeds in the crackers. So my mom got poisoned that day. So what happened is, actually, the day before. Well, I'll get to that. So what happened is my mom was sick for the rest of the night. She went home, threw up. I was out riding around looking at the last of the Christmas lights because it was Christmas Day. So the next day people would be taking them down, or they'd have them up for another day. Then they have to take them down. So yeah, my mom was sick, and after that, then let's see what happened after the day before that. Actually, I went out to look at luminarias. They're these things we have in New Mexico. It's like common here, probably Arizona, maybe I don't know. But yeah, they're like little bags that you put candles in, like paper bags, and they light up. It's cool. So I went out to look at the decorations, and there's like this parade of cars that goes down one of my streets called Ridgecrest. So I was on my bike, and I was dressed like Santa Claus. I have a Santa outfit. So yeah, I was dressed like Santa Claus, and I rode around, and I said, "Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas," as Santa Claus. And so yeah, people were like, and then at the end, I screamed, "Merry Christmas to all, and good night." I don't know. I like Christmas. What can I say, man? You can't judge me. So yeah, that's where I was at with that. And then, so yeah, fast forward back to where my mom got poisoned. That this was the day I dressed like Santa was the day before she got poisoned. So yeah. So after that, the break was sort of taking its own course. Then my mom got sick one day. My granddad came back to town because he took my grandma out to Arkansas for the holidays, and he left his car with us. So he was with my grandma, and they were visiting her family out in Arkansas. So, so yeah, that's where we were at that day. And so then he came back. We were gonna all have dinner with him, but my mom got sick, and I was with her while she was sick. She couldn't really go anywhere. We couldn't do much. I was unhappy. New Year came around, 2022. I made that video, discussed how the year went. So yeah, it was not very fun with her being sick. So she was sick, and then after that, I got sick. It was COVID. It turns out we got COVID. We had to stay home for the beginning half of the school year. It was bad. It was real bad. It set us back. We were during the beginning of the year. We started out low on money. I was at my wits end. I was so depressed at the beginning of the year. I had lost weight. I was at 230 before I got COVID. I went back down to like 219. I was sad. I was depressed. I was angry. I got into fights with kids. I was so stressed out during that time. But yeah, anyway, that was the last Christmas of 2022, 2021, and then winter break 2022. So yeah, honestly, guys, I hope this year goes better because last year it sucked. Honestly, so yeah, 2020 was like the best Christmas I had, despite having been such a terrible year. And this year has been a terrible year, so maybe, just maybe, this year, this Christmas will actually go well, because it's been terrible most of this year. So I'm feeling, yeah, maybe things will get better. But things have started to get better. Like right around August, things started to flip. So I went to a new school, everything. So yeah, anyway, that's all. I'm not going to go on much longer because the video is going to be too long. It's like already 15 minutes. At, actually, 15 plus 4, 19 minutes. 19, almost 19 minutes. So, yeah, I'm going to stop it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. There's really not nothing else to say. Yeah, peace out. Come on. Dang it.